Buongiorno, benvenuti alla conferenza stampa del film Last Life in the Universe, film in concorso nella sezione controcorrente alla 60ª Mostra Internazionale d'Arte Cinematografica di Venezia. Sono presenti alla conferenza Pen Ek Ratanaruang, il regista. Tadanobu Asano, l'attore protagonista. Il produttore Nanzi Nimibuta. Il direttore della fotografia Christopher Doyle.
I think Asano and I first met in France, and I think both of us were really bored. So I think we went to a bar and had a few drinks. Asano does a thing. Asano drinks Coke. And I think over the course of 1 or 2 calls, we get to know each other. And now, so Chris, I met Chris about 3 years ago, somewhere in Rotterdam, 2 years ago in Rotterdam. And so the 3 of us kind of know each other a little bit. We always said that it would be fun to work together. It never happened until now. I think the second part of the question about Asano acting style. I've seen a few films that Asano has been in, and what struck me about Asano is that I feel that I could not really recognize him from one film to the next, in the same way that you can recognize Robert De Niro in every film, because he's always that. But with Asano, I could not recognize him. I even saw one film called Focus. I think the film was about maybe 5 years ago. And I loved that film very much, and I didn't know it was Asano. I watched the film, and I didn't even know it was him until I met with a friend, and the friend said that, oh, you like Asano in Focus? And I said, it's not Asano. So I went back to see the film again, and I realized it was him. So Asano can do many things without seeming to try at all. And I think that comes from the fact that Asano is quite fearless. And he's interested in other things more than just films, and I think that gives him a broader perspective. So it's not, again, I'm guessing, I'm not sure.
I'm a newspaper reporter from Taiwan. I have a question for the photographer, Christopher Doyle. I have
tus trailers,
visita
mi canal.
Can you talk about how you met the director, Ratanara, how you guys met together? And the second question is, you used to work a lot with Hong Kong director Wong Kar-wai, and can you talk about the different experience between your work with Wong Kar-wai and the director Ratanara, and what's the difference? Thank you.
It's just like making a movie. Somebody tells me where the on button is, and then everything else falls into place. Wong Kar-wai is much taller than Pen Ek, which means usually, we found the angles quicker because we're looking from the same eye level. That's the most important thing. The second thing is that he said I didn't have to read the script. In fact, they asked me, do you want a translation? I said, what's the point? To me, I really want to say something else about Asano, is that for some reason he's actually agreed to make 5 or 6 films with me. I don't know, I mean, he seems like a normal person drinking Coca-Cola, but he must be really insane, to work with me so long. And this is what it's all about. I think no matter who you work with, whether it's Wonka, whether it's Panek, it's about people. It really is about people. It's about this incredible something that you see in someone who drinks Coca-Cola, in somebody who actually has a very different taste in women than I do. And you say, okay, there must be something else there. And I think that's what we go for. I don't think that films are about scripts and about talent and about career and about ego, and it's certainly not about multi-million dollars. Because Pioneer hasn't given me a television yet that I'm waiting for a sponsor to this. And we didn't have a beer sponsor on this film. It's very difficult to finish. But basically, it's the same. It's always about people. It really is about people. You can make a really shit film out of a wonderful script. And as we've proved many times with Wonka, where you can make an okay film out of nothing. This film is that progress. I think that if you respond to this film, which I hope you do if you haven't seen it, and I hope you must have if you're here, I think that the complicity of filmmaking does come through the audience. I really believe that this group of people, of whom there are many others you may or may not see on stage, are in it for the long haul. They're in it because they really care about what we're trying to do. Or because someone like Panek has given us an idea that we can run with, or that is hard enough of you that they can feel you. And I think that the way in which a film like this is made is very similar to any of the films that any of us have chosen. I think that we've chosen to spend a part of our lives with a group of people, and we've found a single voice. Can I say something? I think that the real question is why you put this group of people together and that group of financiers and this friendship on the line. And I think that it's extremely important that we talk about Asian film in general. That why are there 65 films being made this year in Thailand when there was 35 last year? Why is Korean porn so good? And why do people like, as I said, Asano and Panek and us, why do we move around within I think we're just learning. And I really believe that this is a special moment in the history of our part of the world, and I regard myself as Asian very much, that we have to share. And I think that the fact that you're responding to it means that we do have something that's happening, that there is something happening in our world. There is something that is motivating us. There are people who have, despite our very different apparent backgrounds, have come through something together, and it's filtering through. And it's filtering through the largesse, the energy of people behind us, the economy, the discovery of one's own culture or one's diversity of cultures, and events like this. Really, these are very important echo boards for wherever we are. That's why we're here. That's why I can't give the tour 15 hours longer. I can't. That's why Wonka allowed me to come in, because we know that we hope that what we're saying is that it's okay to be Thai, even if you're Japanese. It's okay to be a little bit white, even if you're Chinese. And I think that's what we're looking for. This dialogue. I think that's what the film is about. I think that's why this collaboration, maybe for people coming from a slightly different Western, slightly more Western background, are kind of interested to know, and we don't know because we're still working on it. We really aren't just working on it. That's why there's energy. That's why you had the new wave in the 60s in France. That's why you had the Australian Renaissance. That's why you had Brazilian films being so, because there is a socio-economic and cultural energy that's informing our lives, and we want to share with people. That's it. I read this somewhere in a book.
Bene, io purtroppo il tempo stringe, devo chiudere qui questa conferenza e devo ringraziare molto anche Cristo veramente per queste cose che ha detto che mi sembrano molto molto importanti rispetto alla situazione presente. grazie all'equipe del film e grazie a voi.
You told me this, Lena. You told me this, Lena.
I saw many actresses that work in your movies, in other movies from other directors of photography. And what they felt, that in your movies, they're more beautiful. How much do you love them to make
Yeah. I think the great thing is that, honestly, I've never slept with an actress. Because you don't need to. I don't know, believe it or not, I feel shy about actresses. I feel that their beauty is something that we should celebrate, that we should share. But I'm the closest person to an actor, like you now. That what happens is that, like a love relationship, the cameraman must make an actress feel loved. You must have trust, you must share something. Because the closest person to the actress, like just now to me, you are the closest person, the cameraman. You know, if you don't feel trust, if you don't feel loved, then you cannot give. If you don't give, it won't go into the camera and out onto the screen and touch other people. So it's basically there's only three people in a movie. It's the actor, the cameraman, and the audience. So we're just a way to get there. So the only way it can get through to people, to be shared and to be appreciated by people, and that you can really feel, is that I must love this person like nobody else ever loved them. And that must be projected through the camera, through me, partly, to the audience. So that's very exhausting. So at the end of the day, you say, well, I'm too tired to sleep with you. You know.
Yes, but this is why we have actresses, for example, Michelle Pfeiffer, that Scarface is beautiful in other movies.
Yeah.
Do you think that love them in even platonical
Yes.
way is important?
Oh, it's absolutely. I mean, it's the only thing. I mean, I think if you know a little bit about my personal life, you must live by love. Whether it's love for an idea, love for the actual incredible pleasure of sharing something with someone, which is what cinema is to me, or whether it's love for that you don't know how to express any other way to somebody. I think everybody who has a girlfriend or boyfriend wants to make a picture with them, you know. Anyone, they want to share words with them. They want to even sit down over dinner and just look at them. And I think that's really that's the simplicity of photography. Now, and I really think it's based not in technical, that you need some technical knowledge perhaps, you need to be, you know, be precise, and you need to watch and care. But the real thing is the exchange of energy. In Chinese they say qi, which means, you know, this qi, you know, like in Tai Chi Chuan. It really is this exchange that I think that's much more what photography is about than any technical aspect.
Actually, I wrote the script by myself about 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. I wrote it with not as a Japanese project, or not as a half Japanese, half Thai project. I wrote it as a Thai project. But at the time, I thought a lot about death. At the time I was writing the script, I thought a lot about death. I thought a lot about, and when you think a lot about death, I think consequently you also think a lot about life. You know, I felt that the world was moving really fast, and I got very tired, you know. And I was traveling a lot with at that time I just finished my second film. It went to festivals and things, so, and I thought a lot about that if I die, maybe it'd be more relaxing, you know. So that was the first idea, and I talked to a few people, you know, about this, and I felt that a lot of people felt the same way. The thing is, my editor and I, when we edit the film, it's such a difficult film to edit, first of all. But, I don't know, I told her that this time I really want to make a film where every shot, every single shot is important to the film. So if you put in a shot that is not important to the film, if you can take a shot out and the film can still play, then I don't want that shot. I want every so what that means, also meaning that every title you put in a title is also a short. So we don't want to do it like, you know, you have something, you put title on top of it and things. So we treated the title of the film as shorts. Even the credits, we treat them as shorts. And so we felt this shot should come here, you know, and that's why the title of the movie comes so late in the film, because we didn't treat it as a title. We treat it as a transition shot to go from one place to another, or to go from one stage of mind of the character to another. So I didn't even care there was a title. Well, I spend a lot of time alone, and I have very few friends. I know a lot of people, but I spend a lot of time alone, and it's important for me to be alone. But also, you know, I think that nowadays the world is so small because everyone is using a Macintosh. Everyone listens to music on the iPod. Everyone is wearing Levi jeans. They wear Nike. So for me, the world now is no longer divided by race, whether you're Italian or I'm a Thai or an Indian guy or Vietnamese or American. But I think the world now is divided by people who have a certain sense. Different senses divided people. I'm sure if this film plays in Somalia, there will be some people who could identify with it. So the world is no longer divided by passports, you know, what kind of passports you carry, but rather what kind of senses you have, what kind of taste you have, you know. And if you talk to these people in Somalia who likes this film, I'm sure it's likely that they'll be listening to the same kind of music you listen to. They'll be listening to Tom Waits, to Nick Cave. So people now is no longer Italian or Thai or English or American, but it's the people who have this kind of sense, that kind of sense, that kind of sense.